This is a wonderful platform that you are giving me. Um, I will start by introducing myself. I am Mutungi Emmanuel. I live in Uganda. Uganda is a country in East Africa, that's south of the Sahara. East Africa is made up of 5 countries: Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, South Sudan, and the Democratic Republic of Congo is going to has joined. So we are now going to 6 countries that are part of East Africa. I'm an artist by profession and an art educator. I hold a PhD in visual anthropology, and I'm currently the Dean of School of Art and Industrial Design of Chambogo University. Chambogo University is the 2nd largest public university in Uganda, and that's where I work as a dean in the School of Art and Industrial Design, which has a population of 2,500 students. And we have a diverse of programs ranging from PhD in design and visual culture, then masters, and then 6 undergraduate programs and diplomas. So it's a big school that I had. My background as an artist goes back to I would say to my childhood, but formerly I'm a trained sculptor. I do casting and a ceramicist, and then art administration with postgraduate training in art administration. And I have done art administration, exhibitions, community work for so many years. Before joining the university, I was the head of the National Art Gallery for 10 years. Then I switched jobs and I joined the university as a lecturer, where I'm currently under the rank of a senior lecturer, but now with the administration role as the dean of the school. I think in a nutshell, that's me. I'm a family man. I have a family of 3 daughters, 1 young boy, 1 man, and a lovely wife who is an artist in quotes because she did her PhD in using theater as a peace resolution, peace and conflict resolution tool. So yeah, so we are a family of creative people, creative artists. I think art has massively contributed to education from the word go. I always tell people that If you asked a kid of 2 years to tell you how their dad or their mom looks like and how a cow or a dog looks like, they will not miss their point. They will be able, like me and Teresa, they will try to put the glasses, and if they goes to a cow, they will put the horns. When they go to the dog, they will put the tail. And they have never gone to school. So that's my point of departure, that art is the basic, is the root, is the precursor, whatever level, whichever discipline one is going to take in their lifetime, they start by having creative minds. And these creative minds are nurtured by the artistic ideas that are embedded within us. It's unfortunate in some cases we don't realize those embedded strengths that are within us, and we don't use them to understand who we are or what our children or what the young people will be. I wish if we started by identifying the talents from the word go, using how creative the young people are, then would be taking a good direction. So yes, art is very, very, very fundamental in shaping the education path of any human being or any young people. Where the one was not exposed to creative thinking, creative mind, then they will always have a problem to understand exactly what is going on. So to me, art has a very big contribution. Different dimensions of art shape the society we live in. Even when it comes to the adults, we always say that the pictures speak 1,000 words. People will always memorize, remember any creative thinking. They will remember a picture. They will remember a big mountain. They will be visually, they will always remain connected to any circumstances they have encountered in their life journeys. So even when we want to communicate a particular campaign, we use art, because art cuts across. Even those who have gone to school, those who have not gone to school, the young and the old, an image, an artistic work will communicate to you, and everybody will get the ideas, because we have used art to run different national campaigns, which cannot be achieved using other means, or reading newspapers. But it's when it comes to images, to art, then the message is driven home so easily. So yes, the dimensions of art in education are very important to give somebody direction. Artistic expression in, give me the question once again. I had a disruption again. We were talking about the contribution of art, the development of young people. Yes, we are saying that, I was explaining that when you engage young people into expressing themselves visually, it opens up their minds, it opens up their thinking more than when you would engage them into more theoretical approaches, that the pedagogical approach through art is so enriching that the young people will express themselves without any limitations, without any hindrances, that the images they give you or the answers they will give you are so unlimited that they are not worried of saying, being told this is not right, this is not correct. They actually they will give you what they feel. Their inner feelings will be enriched through the work they will do, whether drawing, whether painting, whether doing craft, whether doing poetry, whatever they do, they will come out from their inner understanding of the situation. It can be possible. However, I think you need to start from the policy level. Take an example of developing countries whereby the syllabus or the syllabus is not determined by what the student or the person wants to become, but it's determined by the design of the levels of education that you need to do, say, 4 years of primary education, right? And then you are supposed to do 6 or 7 years in primary education. Then you have to do secondary education, 4 years. Then you have to do the university, so many years. Then you have to finish, go out, sit for an interview, pass it, work for 6 months, finish the probation, then you are allowed to be now a full worker. So from the word go, if somebody his mind is focused to make sure that we have to go through those levels to the time of finishing even the 6 months probation, and even to make it worse, the adverse will say 3 years experience is preferred. Then you wonder, how will one get 3 years when he has just finished college? So with that, everybody now concentrates on getting the papers that we will present to get a job. So you find we have the kind of educational system that is training for job seekers, not the job creators. So the pedagogy that would work, in my opinion, would be the project-based approach, whereby even those few people that will get in the universities or in other tertiary institutions are trained sort of community problems. That what they do, they are not looking at having grades in terms of theory. They are looked at having grades in terms of what project they have achieved, they have completed, they have accomplished. Right away, right now, I have a group of students, for example, they are supposed to go for their industrial training, but then because of Ebola and we could not allow them to go, they are doing an in-house training and they are doing the landscaping of the university. And they get it from the word go, they plan it, they do the landscaping, they select the flowers, they select the pathways. So they build, when people would come and they say, wow, this is what these are able to do. And once that is achieved, then the students, the young people start gaining some confidence of that what they are doing is appreciated. So if we do project-based learning and whatever knowledge that we give the students, put them into practice and they see the actual outcome, then they will go out and practice it. But if we keep it totally theory, then they would also want to have a necktie on. Having a necktie on is not bad. And then go into an office and then they look for a paid up job, which may not be possible. So the approach is the pedagogy that we need to train artists is to show them that they actually can be able to sustain, to create, to survive on their own without being employed. And when it comes to the issue of materials, which materials? Indeed, the materials are very expensive, but we encourage them, in my opinion, encourage the students, the learners, to use the materials within the environment, within their surrounding, so that they know what is actually taking place. Right now, I have a master's student who is finishing his research in using leaves as material for sculpture. And he crushes the leaves, he can make a paste which he can mold as clay, or he hardens it and it can be carved as wood, and or he can use it as a mache and apply it on an armature. So in other words, is how do we utilize our environment, our surrounding, to make sure we do art, so that we don't look at buying materials for producing art when we actually don't have the money. How do we make our work unique? How do we make our work totally have an identity or create a signature that identifies us as me or as Teresa in your work using your immediate surrounding. So on the material, I think that's the way we need to move. The teachers in the South, what I would recommend. By the way, my interest, my work, my research interest are in material culture. I'm doing work on material culture. And we know culture is not static. Culture is evolving. But if we are in the contemporary world, in the modern world, we have the culture that is there at that time, at any particular time. And even the culture in the South of governments looking at security, looking at infrastructure, roads, and forgetting that art can contribute to security and infrastructure is also a culture. So my advice to the art educators is think of the unique attributes or characteristics that lie within our diverse cultures that we have in the South, and see how we can package them and bring them to the global table. What do we bring to the global table from within our culture? What is our material culture speaking to us towards globalization? Is there a package that we are taking there? We have talked about West African bronze sculptures. We have talked about the Congolese figurative sculptures. We have talked of so many things. Can we, for example, do more research, educate people in those unique material culture, unique artistic expressions that we have, and then expose them to the global community? Because we are becoming a global village, but do people know which villages are we coming from? Or will it be the villages to introduce ourselves and say, I'm Mutungi from Uganda? What is it? What is Uganda? And it's within our material culture that we can bring to the global trend. So my recommendation to the art educators is that we should encourage our students, our pupils, whoever we are teaching, that the rich ideas, the inspirations are not only from Van Gogh and Leonardo da Vinci. They are from our grandparents. They are from the things that we discard, the things that we think that they are outdated. Those are the great, great masterpieces. We need to understand how Picasso became a father of modern art by arranging what was locally done art in Africa. And then by that way, we'll be taking something unique to the global table, and we'll be able to make this world exciting using our expressions.